Let me say good morning to our listeners, viewers. Good morning. How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday, the second day of November 2022. Good morning and welcome. It's To The Point for today, Wednesday. Of course, it's GT with you. I'll be around with you for the next hour. Yes. Saying good morning to those of you who are listening and viewing online, especially via our social media page. That's Facebook. Good morning to you. Hope all is well with you. And thanks for taking the time out to tuning. If you just touch that button or whatever you touch to get online with us this morning, let me say good morning and hello to you. Am I the first to say that to you for the morning? Well, that's good, right? Anyway, hope all is well with you. Hey, don't forget to share the live, especially those of you via the Facebook page. Share the live, and stick around for the next hour. It's an open line day today, which means callers, I should say listeners, viewers, you have the opportunity to call in. Not the callers yet. Well, so you have the opportunity to call in this morning, share your views, your concerns. Lots been happening for the last, weeks and days and hours and minutes and whatever. Lots been happening, and you have the opportunity to share your views and concerns this morning. So you can simply call in. The number you can use is 435-2041, and I'll be taking your calls live. So which means there's no specific topic that we're going to be entertaining this morning to say. All right, so which means it's open to you. If you could create that topic and others can indulge in it also, we flow with that. But it's an open line, and the number, once again, 435-2041. Yesterday being the first day of November, and I'm referring to that as All Saints, and today being All Souls, if I'm right about it. Those of you who went out probably to the various cemeteries around the island, put that candle on the grave of your loved one, and probably, I don't know, a few words. Some folks do that. And those of you who will continue with it tonight. And hope all is well. I'm seeing my phone is already on the go, so let's grab our very first caller this morning. Let's go over and say good morning to the caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, GT. GT, how you do?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
Good, man.
You're good. I like the way you say that.
GT, I want to put in my 2 pence regarding to the statement that the Prime Minister said. Mm-hmm. Now, I believe if there is 1,000,000,000% what the Prime Minister says is true. And I also believe, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I hope I do not have to apologize that Senator Cox doesn't know nothing about that money. I do not know Senator Cox, but I see him on TV. Mm-hmm. And I always seen him on TV to have this smile. I don't know if he does be smiling to his wife 24/7, but he's a smiling person.
All right.
But permit me to continue, please.
Sure.
I believe the Prime Minister know where the money went, because he said that he has a document and he know the name and everything, because with checks and with all this thing, he must have names. Mm-hmm. But I want to believe for sure. That part who I suspecting the money might have gone to, I will leave it there for now. I will leave it there.
All right.
But that's my opinion. But hold on still. I disagree with Senator Cox when he says, now when a government change office, normally, like, is a culture that we change the programs what they started, and we start again the same program from the beginning. So I must applaud the government for continuing the programs, or they see it fit, even if they have to make some adjustment. So I want to say Minister Cox didn't analyze that situation the proper. He should have congratulated this present government for doing the programs. Now, lastly, Senator Cox said there is this person for 20 years work in one department, one space, and now they receive a letter that the service is no longer required. Now, I want to point out to Senator Cox that the NNP government should be blamed for that. Why? Because if that person was permanent, and if that person in one space, one position for 20 years, why is not the permanent so that no government, excepting they reach the age of retirement, could have taken them out. So a lot of people out there is like that. So I do not know if the contract ended, because if you're in a contract and you're not permanent, then anybody did not suppose, if they feel or feel not to rehire you, to renew the contract. So on that part, I think they should think it over, that they have themselves to blame for all the workers who've been dismissed now, and that's what it is. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you also for being part of it this morning. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041, we're taking your phone calls, and the line's already lit for another caller. Let's go over and say good morning. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty all right.
Go right ahead.
All right. It's my belief. I believe Mr. Cox should be more honest. Yesterday morning, I listened to the program, and your questions, I believe you were very forthright. You were honest with your questions. But Mr. Cox could not answer us questions straight. He was fumbling, he was tumbling until he crumbled. Mr. Cox, you know, and we believe the money is somewhere in St. George, in Grand Anse area, in South St. George. Give up the money. You're a NNP, and that's all you trademark, lying and deceiving. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution also. 435-2041. It's an open line for today. Listeners, viewers, you have the option of calling in, stating your views, your concerns, and I'll certainly be giving you that listening ear once you're calling. And if I can contribute in any way to the statement that you make, I certainly will do so. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I support the two callers that have spoken, or three that have spoken in connection with Mr. Cox report. In fact, I look at him. He was stumbling. He was trying to pad up when he talked. In fact, he said that money was allocated for certain things, and he yet cannot say for road work. And he said, how could they steal? How could they steal on their road? The value was not given for work or something so. I don't understand those things. If you give value, you have to pay for what is being done, and you have to supervise it. So I don't know how you could just build castle in the air and said that, yes, you did work. I say the value was given for the work done, or the people were paid for the work done. So the estimate was right, and possible the person got his rightful money. Or you were not able to say that. Also, I support the last caller because he was fumbling when he trying to explain certain things to us, the Grenadian, in conjunction with this money. Now, obviously, I don't think our Prime Minister, is so, how we use the word stupid, to go on the air and tell the whole world that money has been given for some sort of a work for the past government. Nobody would do that. Nobody would have good thing, especially again. He knows, he should know, or he knows the legal implication if he goes on the air and say those things that are wrong. So then that's why I believe that he should have known we would fall into scrape, or he would fall into scrape, and then we would have to pay the penalty. Thank you very much.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you very much. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number to be part of To The Point for today. Open line program for today, which means, callers, you have the option of calling in. State your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Not bad.
All right. So it seems like we, the Grenadian people, or some of us, are judge, juror, and executioner at the same time. There was a statement going on a couple years back of a former prime minister and a video of him collecting a big piece of money, and they say he had the money and he gave him money, and he's saying it's his damn money and all this kind of nonsense. Allegations are going left, right, and center. And allegations of these magnitude can be easily proven. It is the onus of the Minister of National Security to bring the written, because I guess if there are receipts, bank statements are there, bank deposit statements, slips are there. It is simple. Just bring it to the forefront. Stop playing cat and mouse game and this little children thing about this account habit. We seem to be judging people. There's allegation of a minister in government that is writing bunk check. So we go to the guy guilty. Let us bring the proof. And until we can do that, we call a man a liar, we call a man this, so we're judging people because of what they say, so people can smile in Guyana. That is set up a place in Guyana, we can smile now. My God, people. Election come and gone. Try to live in peace now, man. Jeez, man. All this sickening now.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, caller, for your contribution. 435-2041. Of course, those of you via our Facebook page or WhatsApp number, you could also send your comments, and I will certainly read them for you. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, brother. How is everything?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
No, propaganda is a thing which people spread in the past and it's still spreading. Now, a man as Mr. Dickman Mitchell, who is a lawyer, who knows what is right and what is wrong, so we'll have an idea with that. Coming on the air and just broadcasting a thing as that, you have to have the main facts of it first. Why the FIU in them situation was a good investigation, and you make sure when you come on the air, you know what you say directly. You don't come and give nobody no kind of propaganda story and thing and say and you know whatnot. You must have, FIU must be involved in them things. A deep investigation has to take place first. Do you come on the air and lambast the government in the past, or whether the authority in the past about them things? And really, the person who did the letter and said to him and tell him that that's what happened. Come with the person on the air. Look, he was this propaganda thing in this 2022 story and thing again in the past in propaganda. Propaganda has not spread, boss man. You can't afford to come on the air and just lambast and say which you haven't got the facts or the person. If all investigation takes place first. Investigation has to go left and right.
All right, caller.
Everything is correct.
All right, caller. Take it 10 seconds and wrap.
Yeah, I mean, it's propaganda spread again, man.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. It's to the point for today, Wednesday, the second day of the month of November. Almost go back to October, right? Yeah, November, second day of October. Let's go off for November. Sorry, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. I always say on October again, November. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning to you.
How are you this morning?
Doing good, doing pretty good.
I'm a concerned citizen of Grenada about the homes. You know, your parents get old, they mind you well, but you can't take care of them, so they have homes. The homes so expensive, you put them in the home. When you go every time you go, sometimes the person fall. I would like to know how they fall. That person fall 4 times. The last time she fall, now she busts her head. Come on, you're paying people to take care of your people inside the day. Sometimes when you go and look for them, some of them they're on their phone, they're talking. That's not right. You have these old people, and some of them is not right in the head, so you have to always be looking out for them. How she fall? We would like to know how she fall and what caused the fall. Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. That's an issue that could be looked into. Probably that home that the family member is at. And maybe you could find out what's the reason why the individual fell, per se. Yeah. Anyway, 435-2041, 435-2041. It's an open line today. And listeners, viewers, you have the option of calling in, sharing your views and concerns this morning. 435-2041. Taking some time out shortly, we'll be going via the Facebook page, the comment section, see if there's any comment there that I need to throw out to our listening and viewing audience this morning also. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I am calling about Faith Organization. I worked with Faith Organization, and if what the Prime Minister said in his town hall meeting is true, I am asking Faith, please pay us, because we need our money. We worked up to July and got paid up to June. We need our money. They've been giving us back and forth, this and that. The government has to respond. The government has to pay. Government saying they have to pay. We need our money. Faith Organization, please pay us.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you also, caller, for your contribution this morning. Time check, 17 minutes after the hour, which means we drew for a first break in the program. Let's take it. We come back with more of your phone calls. So those of you calling, I'll be right back in about 30 seconds. Stay with us.
National Insurance Scheme continues to make it easy to access our services using the MyNIS online platform. Now we're introducing a new feature that allows you to submit your benefit claims from the convenience of your smart devices. No paper, no hassle. All you have to do is log in to my.nisgrenada.org. Select claims, fill out the relevant information, and click submit. We'll take it from there. It's that simple and that easy. Submit a claim from the comfort of your home as you rest and recuperate. Enjoy the convenience of faster claim processing and monitor the status of your claim every step of the way. We are excited to introduce this new feature to better serve you. NIS is changing the game and the way you make your claim. Access anywhere and anytime with MyNIS Online.
Welcome back to listeners and viewers this morning. It's an open line edition of To The Point for today, which means callers out there, you are interested in calling in, you have the option of calling in and share your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, JT.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. I distinctly remember that during the previous administration, around the election time, when it was said that some monies came in for the NDC and it ended up in the former Prime Minister, that was Honorable Tillman Thomas at the time, account. And so much, talk and confusion was made about it. And if the same is happening now under the previous administration, that is the NNP, then I believe the same courtesies should be meted out to them. And I remember hearing Senator Cox saying how the government inherited the Chinese housing scheme. Well, the previous administration too, the Chinese housing scheme at Sobeys was constructed in their tenure, and when the election came and they lost, the new administration had to distribute it. They inherited the abattoir at Maribor, the market square in Grenville, the bus terminus in Grenville. All of these was constructed under the administration, and they had to continue. So government is continuous. And I also remember, it was maybe the next day, most of the workers at GIS had to leave. I stood up in Grenville and looked at the workers, all of the workers that was at the seat office at the time had to vacate their desks. Some of the people that was in public works, one of them is there now, had to leave their position. So this is not new to talk about, people being fired. A lot of these people know that their position is political in nature, and when the party go, they have to go. So too, this administration, a lot of these temporary workers that go in with them, if they didn't work hard and they voted out, these people have to go just the same. So let us work hard and prepare for your future, your children, and do what you're supposed to do and stop making this unnecessary confusion.
Thank you so much, caller.
Have a blessed day, and
thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's a number to be part of To The Point for today, our open line edition. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning to you, and have a great day. Well, listen to the story on both sides, the allegation, and I'm asking, what is the objective of bringing this matter to the public? It's a very serious matter. I am looking for leadership, right? And my kind of leadership will not do that. First, to investigate what the public have to know at this point in time. It has to be something more than that. Why you bring this serious matter to the public? This matter should not be brought to the public at this point in time. It should be an investigation and an indictment, if possible, before the public know. That's not the kind of leadership we need. We are not supposed to rile up people. This brings more hatred. We should do much better than that as leaders. Let us do it the right way. Let the consequences fall where it may. But that's not the way you handle things.
Thank you, Gola. Thank you so much for your contribution. 445-2041, 445-2041. That's the number to be on To The Point for today, the open line edition. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
You know, the other day I was watching a mango long tree. He bear on one side of the road, you know, ripe, and you have people passing and getting on the other side of the road. And in the next about 3 months, he start being on another side. That way the owner, the owner landing, where they could get fruits and so on. So I say all that to say that when the NMP was in power, yes, certain people get the fruits, you know, they get a pie to eat for that 9 years or 10 years. And you have people since Ivan time, in terms of me, who make application to get some material for a roof and didn't get. And lo and behold, last week I checked them people and them, and they say in 2017 you had them make an application and thing, and they see there. And when I checked them before the election time, they telling me, well, I just make the application, so my own day back in the back and thing like that. So I say a lot to say you have some people who was there, who was getting the fruits all the time, and you have some people since Ivan time they didn't get in nothing. So now is the time now. The tree behind on the other side, that time for it to get, because Grenada is a small place. You can't employ everybody all the time. So who was employed before on contract? And they're getting something, and there's who didn't employ no, it's no for them to get a little something. You understand?
Okay.
And while at it, I have to say something about the Paradise Bridge. I notice they're fixing the light there, and these people and them have a contract. This don't have nothing to do with politics, but the politician had to just view and see. Well, the Ministry of Implementation just have to view and see that they do a good work. These people and them quad the bridge, quad the two sides of the bridge to do some trenching for some pipe already, and you actually have the traffic light going on there already. So why you have to quad the area rather than to just implement whatsoever light you have? But not only that, they quad the area, and the area becoming kind of a hazard way. You're plunging down in that concrete. Some of the concrete they put there in the trench, digging out. So you're actually plunging down in a hole.
Caller, take another 10 seconds and wrap. Take another 10 seconds and wrap up.
Yeah. I think the government should look at that, because this is a kind of a mediocre thing, and you're actually killing yourself to mind yourself. You can't kill in the bridge to put to just about traffic light on it.
Thank you.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. 445-2041, 445-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I only have one little concern. Yesterday, when the man was on the program, and I really wanted to ask him one particular question. I tried calling on so many occasions, and the phone rang, and he did not answer. Anyhow, I'm not totally angry, but I just want to say that next time, you must give the public the chance to question these people when they come on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number to be part of To The Point for today here on K105 and GBN TV. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Did I get that caller in there? Let's see if I get him in this time. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. Could you please lower your radio? Caller, you may have to call me back after you have the radio or whatever device you have running in the background that is extremely loud. When you have that rectified, you can certainly give me that call once again. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I just want to ask, not this last caller, but the previous one that spoke about the bridge in Paradise, if he's an engineer and if he knows what is really happening there. I think he's carrying on too much about that bridge, because this is not the only program that he calls about, complaining about that bridge. He's not an engineer. Leave the engineers to do their work.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. 445-2041, 445-2041. That's the number. We're taking your calls this morning, and I'm certainly giving you a listening there this morning to express your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Caller, you got to lower your radio or television in the background, please. When you're calling, you would certainly hear me on the telephone. And once I hear that background noise, I will not be entertaining your phone call. Okay? Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And to your followers. I didn't hear the program from the beginning, but
it's an open line. It's an open line today.
Yes, I realize. But from the time I've joined, I've heard a number of persons complain about bringing to public this matter that was raised during the town hall meeting. And I agree, yes, that and I believe that the Prime Minister is a legal person, that a thorough investigation must be done. But there is nothing wrong about letting the public know that something has happened that has affected the country, and that further investigations are being made. You know, most of the people who have heard complaining and saying it shouldn't be brought out, I have not heard one of them say that if this is true, it is serious. But they are against the process, but they don't seem to have any problem with the act, you know. They're saying that, okay, investigate, but I haven't heard one of them say that should there be any truth in this, it's a bad thing. I agree, time will reveal what it is, but it shows one thing. When we deliberately put people in position as gatekeepers to prevent proper scrutiny, hell breaks loose. The FIU, the Financial Intelligence Unit, is the agency that was supposed to see that none of all those things, the faith organization, the one with this big transfer has been alleged to have gone somewhere, should never happen. But what did the last government do? They put a politically exposed person in contravention of the law. They're a minister's husband in charge of FIU. And I've said as before, would he investigate his wife? Would he investigate his wife's boss? And that's what happened. And a lot more will come out because we deliberately put in place people who would allow them to happen. We will find out, and investigations will proceed. But if we hear something and it doesn't sound right, at least say it does not sound right. But we'll wait for the facts to reveal exactly what occurred. Have yourself a good day.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much, caller. Folks, we drew for a break in this segment once again. Let's take it. We'll be coming back with more of your calls here on To The Point for today.
You folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money.
once again. It's To The Point for today, Wednesday, the 2nd of November. It's an open line segment for today, folks, which means callers. You can call, folks. Why do I keep saying callers? But you listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in and stating your views and concern. I keep getting that callers in for some reason or the other. Good morning to you. Caller,
good morning. How are you today?
Not bad.
Okay, I just want to say that the town hall meeting, I heard the comments of a few callers, and they're wondering what type of leadership we have. I want to say to them that if you listen to the town hall meeting, the government gave an account of what happened over the first 100 days. The highlight at which that point came out was what the government meant when they went into office. It is clear. What has happened when they went in, this is what they found. So it has all right to come out to the public because politics and democracy is for the people. And we put them there to represent us. And they are also accountable to us. And the government did campaign on accountability. And I think it is fitting. It has no question of leadership. What has to happen now is further investigation because this is what the government meant when they came in. And I'm saying it is so sad if it is that way. It tells us what else has happened under the previous administration. Because as citizens, we know that the NMP has always been in a bunch of corrupt set of elements. And it is sad to see that they have continually been bringing the country into disrepute by these kind of a persons they appoint, the kind of a person they attract into Grenada under this guise of doing business. I think the time has come when we as citizens should seek to get our country back in place, build back our reputation, and let us move on. It is a time for transformation. It is a time when Grenada has gotten the opportunity to revamp, get attractive businessmen, people who are not under slick, and therefore I think we are looking forward for further investigation. And that tells me, if it is so, that we have much more to come out and to hear from as citizens of the country. And it will be surprised to know that we had a government that was really and truly gatekeepers and corrupt crooks and carnies that have been dealing with this country for over the last 15 odd years. That's my comment, so I want those who questioning about leadership, let us forget the politics, let us be bold citizens, get the facts, and let us see what happens thereafter. And I am saying, call an investigation, and if charges are to be pressed, do it at whatever level it ought to be done. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. Thank you very much. 445-2041. Let me go to the Facebook page and grab a couple of the comments before I take another call. And this individual via the Facebook page by the name of Tubbs is saying that we need to make examples, wrongdoers, just like in the BVI. And we have Susu saying the public should know what is happening. Caller, the PM was given an update on the state of affairs. That is called real leadership. The man has a solution to everything. Who said there isn't an investigation? Let's assume that the arrests were made first. Then those NMP operatives with the claim that the NDC is arresting their former under supporters. And let's go back and see what some people just like to cover up things, hiding things, and never the right time to expose hypocrites. That's what one other individual is saying via the Facebook comment section. What else do I see here that I need to throw out? Well, the PM have nothing to prove to anyone but to report his findings to the relevant authorities for investigation. And if charges have to be filed, they will. If I was Cox, I would find myself a lawyer ASAP because there are serious accusations that was made by the PM. And I'll stop here for now. There's so much comments via the Facebook comment section. I will come back to some shortly after I take this caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning. I must say that the government is doing what is right. You must investigate and reveal the wrongdoings of the previous government and let justice fall exactly where it may. No favoritism, no cover-up. The government has an obligation to reveal everything to the Grenadian people. Now, on Queen Street in the town of Victoria, that's where I live. Less than 80 yards from my house is a building built in the year 1962 called the World Nursery, run by some nuns. Then things changed over, and then one Father Malagon had that building used, known as TAP, Tufton Hall Adventure Project, with boys he had who were in need of care. Things have changed, and the Catholic Church has reformed the building, and it is now the Victoria Pastoral Center. It is near 6 months now. The government is rebuilding the old health center in Victoria on Queen Street, and has rented and fully occupied this building on Lower Queen Street near to the church, the Victoria Pastoral Center. And not a label has been placed on the building to let the public know that this is the Victoria Medical Center. I live about 80 yards, and people always come into my door. Mr. Marshall, can you tell me where the health center is? Even though it's a piece of plywood, paint it white, and write Victoria Medical Center on it. That would do well. How can you have a building marked Victoria Pastoral Center and nobody know where the medical center is? This is nonsensical. It doesn't take much to have it reviewed. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you there for your contribution this morning. 445-2041. 20 minutes moving on before the top 10. We close the program off at the top of the hour. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, caller.
I want to say a little piece on that issue with the Prime Minister announcement.
Go right ahead, caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Let me say, I think we should give Mr. Nolan Cox the benefit of the doubt. Fortunately or unfortunately, he was the representative of the South. So all on Sundry will be looking at him. But have we thought of the possibility that there may be another account that this candidate, that Mr. Nolan Cox, have no knowledge about? I think we should give the gentleman the benefit of the doubt. I don't think the information that has come forward from the Prime Minister is incorrect. However, I think people are, in my view, unduly putting blame on Mr. Cox. And I think there may be a possibility that someone else or other persons may be responsible for that account that has been mentioned by the Prime Minister and not Mr. Nolan Cox. That is just my view. I'm a supporter of the National Democratic Congress.
Thank you, Go.
I want to make that clear. But I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt because there is the possibility that he may not know at all of that existing account and monies. Thank you very much.
Thank you also. Call 435-2041, 435-2041. It's an open line segment today. To the point. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. I want to speak a little on the situation concerning this woman with the Governor General. I just want to find out how the Governor General is feeling today. To know that a woman have a job, right? You ask the woman, they asked the woman to do something, she refused because that wasn't in she job, description. You find a woman, you are a woman. You didn't care if this woman have a job where she could eat or she had to take care of her family. Today the woman put the matter to court and she come out victory over you as the head of state in this country. I'm wondering what really taking place. The Governor General should have think and say, well, that is a woman, and to lose her job like that. Let me further and investigate the matter before I make this decision. Because I live in this country for how much years, and I never hear Governor General get themselves involved in something so low. So this thing must go down in history book in this country. Too much wrong things going on, advantage taken, and people in this country, man. Come on, lady. I hope and pray that you find peace in your heart to do this wrong judgment against that woman in the country. She is a woman.
Take another 10 seconds, caller, and wrap up. Thank you. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. The phone line is pretty busy this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. And caller, good morning. Seemed like there is no one there. 435-2041. Scrolling through the Facebook comment section once again. See if there are any comments there that I could throw out this morning before we entertain another caller. All right, let's entertain another caller before we grab those comments. Caller, good morning.
Hello?
Welcome.
Yeah. Hello?
Good morning, caller. Go right ahead.
Good morning. What goes around comes around. I think many of us have heard this statement. Now, as far as I'm concerned, any leader that would go and tell the nation something that occurred, that doesn't mean to say an investigation is not taking place. Investigation are likely to take place and might be taking place, I know. But if you personally have a case, you're going to tell the public that what you intend to say in court. So, or where you get the facts from, it would be naive of you or anybody to go and tell you where you get the investigation. And if once you make the statement as a leader, underline the word leader and put it in bracket. That if you go and say that, something is wrong with you. So I think the Prime Minister is likely more than 100% stating what he has seen. What he has seen. Further investigation must take place or should take place. He don't bunk, It should take place. Because there could be cover up too. Because there is always cover up with everybody. Sometimes that person who get the money might say, okay, I'm paying 107. Imagine the Prime Minister state the different ways in which the money had been paid and how it had to be paid. So where did he get this fact from? He made it up? Well then, I don't know what would happen to him. As the same course would take him.
All right, caller, thank you. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Let's grab some comments from the Facebook page. And I'm seeing a comment there from an individual by the name of Craig. And he's saying, anyone representing a corrupt group, organization, or an administration would be deemed corrupt even if they deem themselves innocent. Nolan Cox has been innocent, but who is he representing is corrupted, therefore he will be viewed the same. All right, and let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yes, good morning. I wish to note that most governor generals are there to do the biddings of a prime minister, right or wrong. And this recent case, the judgment thereof, brings some shame on the Governor General. However, I guess she's hoping she will be relieved of her duty and sent home to collect pay for the rest of her life. I'm calling on the NDC government. Keep her there. Make her do her work. Let her work for her pay. Don't put any other Governor General there. Keep her there. The state cannot afford to pay a new Governor General when she goes and collecting her full pay.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. And let's see what the WhatsApp comments are this morning. Anything that's of relevance there. Let me see if I can throw it up this morning. And nothing of relevance there to throw out this morning, so let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Morning, Mr. Telford.
Good morning, sir.
I can't say too much about Mr. Cox because I really listen here this day. But you know the faith base, right? Now, faith base was the first organization I think that was suspended or disqualified or what, right? But the contract was really good. So no, and that happened quite a while. So I was expecting that thorough investigations should have been done on faith base already, so that they could bring forth real facts, because there are people who have to get a little money still, and then get yet. So they depend on when they could have faith-based issues, they will get the money. So now I find it's long enough when we should have thorough investigation into faith-based, and the public or the police or who should be presented with real facts. Mm-hmm. So we shouldn't be speculating at this time, 3 months after, 4 months after.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution. We drew for a break. Let's take it, our final one for the program this morning. When we do come back, we take your final bits of calls that will be coming in. Be coming right back. Stay with us.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
Westerhold Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back to The Point here on GBN TV and K105 Radio. It's our final segment of the show this morning, just around 10 minutes or so left on today's program. Let's go back to the phone line and entertain this caller. Caller, good morning, welcome back.
Oh yes, good morning once again. Sorry, just a few minutes. I called to correct Mr. Bernard. I did say that this matter is an extremely serious matter. I don't sweep things wrongdoing under the rug, but there is a way of dealing with this matter, professional way of dealing with this matter, and there is something they call in systems and management quiet diplomacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435. Let's grab a couple of the comments via the Facebook page this morning. And we have one individual saying, I wonder why NMP has not come out with a forceful denial of what was said at the town hall. I guess I would assume in due time we will certainly hear from them. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, I am supposed to make a comment on this issue. Now, we have town hall meetings. We feel agreement to demand that we know everything that government is doing. Now, the Prime Minister is not a stupid. He's a lawyer, and he's a learned one. And I do not believe that he will come in public and say something that is not factual. He said there was a receipt for part of the money, maybe he found that, and the other part was put to that department, that office in Ghana. He did not say Mr. Cox or anyone. He didn't call anybody's name. It's an office. So Mr. Cox may not be implicated in that. He may be. We don't know. But he did not accuse anybody. He said what was found. And he has a right to let the public know this is what we find. Now, we have an issue where somebody talk about the investigators, which is the Financial Intelligence Unit. The head of this financial unit was the husband of the previous government minister. Now, if this thing takes place, and what kind of investigation we're going to expect? What kind of investigation will be pursued? Will he cover up things? He's not he's from the NNP regime, and he was put there politically. So I do not know how we could expect him to investigate this matter truthfully and honestly, except to cover up and to make it look like if the Prime Minister didn't know what he's talking about. So Grenadians, before we talk, that's why I believe in prayer. When we pray, things will go right.
Thank you, Gola.
Going down on anybody, pray and ask God for direction.
Thank you once again. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. Roughly 6 minutes left on this morning's program here for To The Point as we take your phone calls. Let's grab another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
Morning, GT. Actually, I'm taking a break, but this topic caused me to come back. Mr. Jeremiah made some very good points. I don't always agree with it, but he pointed some real points in terms of some of the things that we should consider. In fact, this morning on your program, I said, particularly the public, which need to probably reserve much comment at the moment because there should be more information coming up. I have no doubt to doubt the credibility of the Prime Minister at this point in time. So, and it was good that some indication was given that they're doing something. Very often, because the hand of justice is slow, we tend to get frustrated. And I hope that they will continue. Particularly, and we must take the point that Mr. Jeremiah made in terms of who is investigating who. And I would suggest that we have a special prosecution unit or investigative unit to make sure that we get to the bottom of all the stuff. So that issues like the Grenada Airways, things that got away in thin air, and other issues like the briefcase situation and so on will not get away this time. We need to really show that corruption would not be tolerated in our society. And I'm very happy that at least something is happening, but we need to do it properly. And we need to do it, even though it takes time. It has certain time. Look what is happening in Israel. A corrupt man is deemed to take the government of Israel. The same thing could happen here. So we have to make sure that we nip corruption, we nip the bud. We really need to have trust in the systems that we employ in Grenada. And if you have people that they're feeding themselves, doing all kinds of things, using the name of Grenada to enrich themselves and others, or their party, we need to really put an end to that once and for all. But people need to be a little patient, and once the government and the structures are doing the proper thing, we should give them time and support them. Corruption must be something of the past, not the present time.
Thank you, Gola. Thank you so much. 435-2041. And let's take a peek at some comments via the WhatsApp this morning. And someone via the WhatsApp is saying, I believe Ndolan Cox was not uncomfortable at all. He was questioned about the unaccountable funds in his constituency. His appearance was just uneasy. I'm not saying he's guilty, but upon investigation, the truth shall be revealed. Let's get another caller online this morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning, Giselle.
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Yes,
the penultimate caller alluded to the FIU. There was an earlier caller who also, in in speaking on the hot topic, said that the FIU was designed to ensure that this issue that we're now facing, square in the face, should not happen. But I recall a couple of years ago that I called when the FIU was on a program like you're hosting now. The top brass of the FIU was there. And what I sought to be informed about as to whether then there were three hot issues like the one going on today, to ask the man in charge, no, he wasn't the charge, he was the second in command, whether there were investigations taking place in those three areas. You know what the answer was? He couldn't tell me that. So that's why we're here today. Have a good day, GT.
Thank you so much, caller. 435-2041, 435. Back to the WhatsApp comment this morning. And an individual has said, I really don't think that Ms. Nolan Cox is responsible. I believe that some other person in the South is responsible. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
And how are you?
Doing pretty good. Go right ahead with your comment.
Let the bygone be bygone. Let me throw this thing behind our back and let's move forward. Okay? This kind of corruption thing with money, this, put that behind our back and let's move forward. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, caller. 435-2041. We have approximately 2 minutes left before we wrap the program up for today. To the point, the open line segment that we're entertaining today here on To the Point. And lots of folks have been calling, expressing their views and concern. Also, those of you via the Facebook comment section expressing your views and concerns also via your comments. Some I did read, some I did thought was not, was just regular conversation individuals are having. So I didn't think they were necessary to say them on air. And I guess folks, if you could always go back and review the program via our social media platform, and you could probably take a peek at some of the comments that were made. So this is what we take of course, a pause for the program for today and wrap up for today's program. It's a pleasure having those of you call in and participate in some way or the other. Join us again for another edition of To the Point. Certainly we will have a program for you tomorrow. Until then, have yourself a great one, folks. And that's why I say goodbye.